Beloved, welcome back to the shop. I was so excited about today's video that I wasn't even able to sleep. We have inside this box something so cool that I don't even know what it is. We're gonna find out together. We're gonna do an unboxing. Now, what this speaks to is the importance of having our completely independent way to communicate, i.e. radios and Starlink satellite. So if you stay to the end, I'll show you my system. There is so much confusion and the learning curve is tremendous on this stuff. I'll show you how to cut through it and have a really simple, robust system that you can afford and get up and running. And if everything goes down, you'll be able to get internet and communicate with your family. Let's do the unboxing. Our beloved brother, Mr. Evan from Radio Made Easy, I think is upgrading our system, and we're gonna find out what this is together. Actually, let's move over here to the big table. We have a little bit more room to spread out. Now, not only is there something special in here for me, but also there's something very special for Manservant, which he's a poor guy. The package came yesterday. I was in town getting my ears lowered, and what was waiting for him, he had to wait another night. I think he was wishing I would have opened it up yesterday. All right, let us see. What could this be? Oh, excellent. We are starting with military grade antennas. These are made by, this company is ZBMZ, is that what it is? ZBMZ. And these are super skookum armored, as I said, military grade antennas. These are the ones that I use. Now in the past, because it's so long and it beats me in the face all day, I put it in a coil, but this is something I have not seen before, a short version of it. That is perfect. That's gonna be a lot nicer to get that out of my face. I didn't mind rolling it up, but that's gonna be a lot easier. And we have enough to share with the warband, so those guys are gonna be thrilled. What's in this one? Third time's the charm? Goodness. The next bag had a very interesting antenna, and these are the little stubbies. Now, Manservant, Mr. Jirai, he likes these because they fit in the pocket well, especially with the bow fangs. They make it a really small package and you don't have to worry about that whip. Now, the range is not going to be as good on these as the long ones. I tend to like the long ones because I'm always jumping around here to there. But if you're just operating on your homestead, that might be a good option. The other thing is, one huge pain with these radios is that they come with the factory, they have a threaded antenna. And kind of what the cool kids are using, what the military likes, are these quarter turn antennas. So you can take them off with just a quarter turn. They're so much quicker instead of having to spin that thing like 9 times. So these little adapters have the factory thread. So if you have bow frame radios, you can screw these in here like this, and they just stay on the radio. And I forget what they're called, but then when you want to switch things, like I'll go into my truck, take my radio, and plug into my big antenna that's hard mounted, and I can just use this quick turn and take my antenna off. The same way with these short guys. So we have this on all of our equipment. So everything across the warband's all compatible. And then these are the adapters here towards the bigger cable. Again, sorry, I don't know all the names of this stuff. I'm not a nerd. The next thing we have here, and probably one of the most important, one of the biggest game changers for us last year, are USB chargeable batteries. If you've tried to put radios in a confined or a small case and pack them around and had to deal with these big charging cradles, these things are miserable. You have to have the AC adapter, and it's just not functional. Most of us have moved on from that. I have, most of my stuff's USB-C chargeable, and these are a direct replacement. I actually run these on my radio now. So with these radios, scanners, they're power hungry. You're constantly needing to charge them and keep up on them. I use an Anchor battery bank, whether you're in your vehicle, what have you. Now instead of having this big cradle to deal with, you can simply throw a USB plug in and power your radios and charge them off of the banks that we already have. What is this? This is something I'm going to work into my radio system like right now. Having a base station, so if you have multiple radios, a piece of property where you have kids or your wife running around where you don't have cell communication, to have all your radios in one spot like this is super handy. A lot better than having, I just really detest these individual ones. They're so clunky and they're such a pain to deal with. This is a tremendous upgrade right here. These last two items, now this is what was sent for Mr. Jiraiya, and I'm not going to show this one because he's going to have to put this together, but it's identical to mine, and this is what is called a man pack. And what it gives you the ability to do is to have a super powerful, essentially a base station or a vehicle mounted type of radio that's going to have a lot more power than these guys, that's all built into a USA made pack with its own power supply and antenna system. And this radio will go in there. I have two of these. We have one set up at the base station over here. Again, I'll show you. And then my own man pack, which we'll get into. But this is for Mr. Jiraiya to put together. And Christmas came early for him. So thank you, Evan. That was very, very generous of you because that is a cool kit. I'll share with you my whole comm setup here as well. And we'll also augment this here with a couple of things that Evan sent today, which will make it even better. So in this case, now these are both shielded from EMP, electromagnetic pulse. Some guys believe that the critical things that are most important to you, like communications, maybe essential tools, maybe like an ignition system for a motorcycle, for your chainsaw, should be kept in EMP proof, maybe your night vision, thermal vision, things like that that you could really, really use. That's up to you to decide. I'll show you how I do it, just a few options. Start with the Starlink. Starlink, now I'm sure everyone is aware of this. This is a game-changing technology. We were able to have high-speed internet anywhere in the country. We used it. I flew on the plane with it when we went to North Carolina, and it was absolutely indispensable. This is a Nanic 920 case. It's a pretty good size case, and inside I have a couple things. Primarily, or the main thing is going to be the Starlink. Now this is an EMP-proof bag made by our friends over at Go Dark. I did a lot of research on them. These are the best ones I can find, and they make bags for pretty much anything. So you can get a whole duffel if you want to throw big stuff in, or you can have individual items. But this, being an essential piece of equipment, this can give you access to the internet anywhere. And in natural disaster, whatever, I mean, how can you put a price on something like this? And, you know, it's good enough now. We've been using it for almost a year now. It's super solid and super fast. You could almost get rid of your ground-based terrestrial internet and have this, and you can take it with you if you got an RV. So in the case, I shield this, and the rest of these things are just ancillary items. A small tripod where I can set it up and mount it on the ground with a quarter-turn adapter in there. This bag here has got the 3 ways to charge it. Now I want to have every possible option to be able to run it. Number 1, AC adapter. So standard AC adapter, generator, solar generator. Next, I'm going to have a USB. So if I've got a power bank or I can power it with my vehicle, I've got USB power. And the third option would be a regular power point for a vehicle. Now this one here is going to have all of my communications. It's going to have my man bag, all my 3 radio kits, everything for communication. Also, this is fully protected, EMP proof. And this is the Nanic, this is the 933. This is a big one, but very good case. And you can see how everything stows in there. Very, very nice setup. So first of all, these black cases, these are the Go Dark EMP proof bags. Anything in there, these are all shielded and protected so that from whatever, do I understand these things? So this can be my main power supply. This is the EcoFlow River. This is I can charge this with solar panels. I can charge it with 12 volt. I can charge it multiple ways, like 5 different ways in the vehicle. And this is going to supply power for in an emergency. Charging cell phones, critical items. It's got 110, and I've actually worked it into my kit. My battery, everything's got its own battery, but this is a little extra bit of insurance. And these bags are simple to use. It's very similar to like a waterproof bag if you've been into rafting. And once that's in there, now that's protected. Now, the big one, this is the man bag, man portable bag, the one I was telling you I was going to share with you. And this is what Evan puts together here. This is a very powerful base station in a grab and go kit. So in here, you're going to have all of your ancillary items, your antennas, cables, everything that you could need, and a very powerful base station right there. You're going to pull out the side, you've got your mic, you've got the cable that runs out to an exterior antenna. So I bring this into my truck when we're going out of town, put this in the center console, run this up so I can talk on it, and now I've got a super powerful base station that I can communicate to all the smaller radios. And this is a grab-and-go kit, and it's got its own power supply. So Evan custom builds all these, everything USA made, all of the bags. Very, very nice. You've got there's your antenna, that magnetic antenna base if you want to use that. There's even one of these ladder antennas so you can crawl up a tree. There's extra cable in here. And as I said, it's got its own, I'm not going to pull it all apart, but it's got its own lithium battery. So this will run completely independent of anything, and you can augment that with the EcoFlow or just plug it right into your vehicle. So this is an excellent, excellent kit. Mr. Jiraiya was all smiles when I handed him his kit. It'll be the same thing. So this goes in the bigger Go Dark bag. There's even enough room in this Go Dark bag where you could add a couple of extra things if you wanted to put your scanner in there. And that fits in here. Now this one, these are the last two of the EMP bags. This is going to be the Proho 3 radio kit. This is where you'd want to start. Hit Evan up, get the 3 radio kit. This is our Model 2.0 full digital with encryption. This is the perfect kit. This gives you 3 radios, 1 for yourself, and you got 2 to hand out. Everything that you need. USB charging. In here in the pouch, we're going to have all of the, I upgraded the antennas with those 3 new ones that Evan sent. So this is the first upgrade I've done to the kit. Charging cables, all of the instructions, the quick start guides are in there on the Bofang models. So all of this fits in one easy grab and go bag. Excellent. I'm very proud of this and what Evan put together. This is one of the most useful things of all the, we all prep and collect a lot of stuff for who knows what, right? We want to be able to take care of our families. But this is one of those things that I actually use on a daily basis. And then finally, to tie it all together, we've got the big base station. Now this is hooked up to the big antennas that are mounted up on the gable, and high powered. It's got an AC power supply here. It's on all the time. And this is what we just keep on. So when the warband heads up north and we're dirt biking, we've got the handhelds. We can always, from any high point, from miles away, we can hit this and communicate back and forth with home. So if we had, when we get up there, we don't have any cell coverage. So we are able to call Mrs. W or call Jiraiya and just stay in contact, let them know we're okay or we need help or we ran out of gas or broke down. One thing that's been kind of limited with this is the speaker and on the mic, and it's the fact that you're tethered, you have to stay right here. So what I'm thinking, and I'll do a video update on this, is it looks like this right here is going to, this Bluetooth one is going to replace it. I can put the clip on the back, now I can put this on my pocket or keep it in my shirt, roam around here within reason, within the reach of Bluetooth, and have access to the most powerful radio that we have without having to stand here and stuck and not being able to hear it. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching, gentlemen. I was happy to share that with you. It's always very fun when Evan sends all of this cool stuff. I learn a lot. There's technologies that are available that I wasn't even aware of. My favorite's going to be that wireless handheld set. That's going to be really cool. As always, I'll put a link to Evan's site. If you know you need radios, you need to have a basic set of radios, and you've been intimidated by the learning curve, and I understand that for sure, Evan can solve all those problems. Tailor-made, turnkey, pre-programmed for all of your local information. You don't have to do anything. He's a good dude. I'll personally vouch for him. Actually, Evan and his family are going to be coming here October to host a radio class. Unfortunately, already sold out. We have 12 lucky subscribers that are coming out with their families to spend 3 days with us, and we're all looking forward to learning how to use these tools that are so important and could be even more so in the future. I'll put links to Evan's site down below. Go check him out, tell him I said hi, as well as for those of you who are interested in the EMP stuff, the Go Dark bags, that's a good thing to have a couple of those on hand. And that's about all I have. More to follow. May God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers, and we'll see you all on the next video.